Vardaan 1. The Ultimate Boon. Written by Mr. Deepak Sadia. Chapter 10. The Uttarasadhaka Gurukul. Tejasraha, assuring Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri, went straight to his friend Satvandara. It was the same friend who had always criticized Tejasraha. Tejasraha knew that Satvandara was his only true friend. That was why he went to meet him with hope. "Finally you have found a good job," Satvandara said happily. Satvandara's happiness was pretty clear. As if he waited for it so long. "It's not a job, it is cooperation. I simply want to help him," Tejasraha said. Tejasraha was trying to clear his intentions so that his true friend didn't take it otherwise. Satvandara smiled. "Tejasraha, look from my point of view, you have caught the first good work. If you cross it, then your life will be successful. Yes, my dear friend, you are actually helping yourself." Saying, Satvandara went inside. The wise words of a true friend were deep. Tejasraha was smart enough to feel the depth of the words. He was filled with a new spirit. Within moments, Krishna Chandra's dream Gurukul became the goal of Tejasraja's life. Just then he heard the noise. Satvandara's wife was not so happy. Satvandara came out with 2 bags. His wife was just behind him. She was crying badly. "Some money and wasted jewelry. For the moment I just manage this only," Satvandara said. After listening to that, Tejasraha understood the matter. No friend, I can't. Don't say a word further, or else our friendship will be in jeopardy, Satvandara said while interrupting Tejasraha. Tejasraha became silent instantly, as he did not want to risk his friendship with the only true friend he had. That was the heaviest moment of Tejasraja's entire life. What should he do? What shouldn't? He couldn't understand anything. "Tejasraha, my wife does not understand this. Please, you understand it. This money will help in grooming the lives of many children. We don't have children. If we had, wouldn't we have spent on them? Your sister-in-law loves ornaments more than children. Perhaps that is why God kept us childless." Satvandara said it with great difficulty, because he was trying hard to stop his tears. Hearing that, Satvandara's wife suddenly stopped crying. Tejasraha saw the remorse in Satvandara's wife's eyes. He took both bags and left without saying anything. That night both the husband and the wife kept on weeping, and kept on erasing the distance between them. The wife apologized for her greedy behavior, while the husband for his rude nature. Tejasraha set out on a journey. He began to meet his acquaintances, and the acquaintances of his acquaintances. Everyone supported him as much as possible. It had been 4 months since Tejasraha was gone. Krishna Chandra felt that he had gone only after giving false assurances. He was completely unaware that Tejasraha was very close to achieving the highest goal of his life. After a total of 5 months, Tejasraha reached his true friend again with several bullock carts. "I started with you, so I have returned to thank you. My dear friend, all went well," Tejasraha said with great pleasure. Tejasraha could feel the pride for himself in his friend's eyes. "I believe that if anyone can do this, it is you," Satvandara said with pride. Both hugged happily. "If it started from here, then it will end from here too," the friend's wife said, smiling without wearing any ornaments with a bundle in her hands. Tejasraha instantly felt ashamed. "I'm sorry, sister-in-law. I have come to return your jewelry. The money has accumulated so much that your ornaments will no longer be needed," Tejasraha said without looking at her in shame. "Brother-in-law, don't ask for forgiveness. Pleased with my husband's generosity, God has decided to give us the real jewel. Know the truth, now we don't need these useless ornaments," Satvandara's wife said with pure joy. Tejasraha did not understand anything. He started looking at his friend in shame. "Yes, it is a bit late, but I am glad that someone is coming who going to call you uncle," Satvandara said with wet eyes. Tejasraha instantly started crying with joy. He was more than happy. Satvendra and his wife were not so surprised by Tejasraja's gesture, because they knew that a true friend like Tejasraja would be pleased to hear about the arrival of a new baby. With a triumphant smile, Tejasraja returned to Krishna Chandra and told him everything. Krishna Chandra could not believe that his dream was close to coming true. He was about to bow down in front of Tejasraja. Something came to his mind, so he stopped. "My friend, grow my honor by hugging me," Krishna Chandra said. It was the moment when Tejasraja felt that he had conquered the world. An extraordinary person wanted to hug him with respect. It was like a victory feast. Both hugged each other with pride as well as happiness. Both happily started planning. 10 days later, they got a message. Some unknown person had called them, requesting to get special help. The two could not ignore it, and left with the messenger. After crossing many villages, they came to a deserted place. Both were very surprised, but both kept walking. After walking some distance, they saw a dwelling house made of forest grass. "Let's get something to escape from the sun, but who would have built a house in this deserted land?" Tejasraja said, thinking. The messenger was also moving towards the same house. As they got closer to that house, its size kept increasing. Some youths started appearing there. Acharya Krishna Chandra gradually started to recognize them. A young man full of sweat placed a bundle of grass on the ground. "Keshava, Prince Keshava Kumara," Tejasraja said in bewilderment, and looked at Krishna Chandra, who was already failing to stop his tears of happiness coming with pride. Tejasraja took a new look at that big house with the proud eyes of Krishna Chandra. Then he started seeing a gurukul, which was made by Krishna Chandra's shishas with their own hands. "Gurudev, you are not a lamp, you are the sun. That is why your light should not be given to anyone but to the whole world," Keshava Kumara said, while touching the feet of his acharya. "But how do you know?" Krishna Chandra could say only this. The words were stuck in Krishna Chandra's mouth. "How would not we? You must forget the name of our acharya." While saying, a shisha was about to touch his feet. Krishna Chandra stopped that boy and hugged everyone with pride. In the evening, they said that when one of them went to the city to get some goods, the campaign of Acharya Tejasraja came to know. Fearing that another gurukul might not be formed, they sent a message to them. Their wish was to tell him after making a complete gurukul, but for this reason had to be told in advance. The wishes of the Acharya's disciples could not be fulfilled as per their wish, yet they all were more than happy that their Acharya's wish had been fulfilled. With the funds collected by Acharya Tejasraja, the Gurukul was expanded, and with the help of additional volunteers, the Uttarasadaka Gurukul was formed rapidly. Yes, Uttarasadaka Gurukul was the name of Gurukul made by Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri. After the formation of the Uttarasadaka Gurukul, Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri was unanimously made the Pradhanacharya, college principal. After that, the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri formally gave the task of managing the Gurukul to Acharya Tejasraja, which he gladly accepted. Many aspiring alumni wanted to be acharyas of Uttarasadaka Gurukul. The Pradhanacharya knew that even though their intentions were noble, yet he could not allow them all to be acharya. Due to his former king, the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri knew that every knowledgeable person could not be a teacher. Teaching is an art, and Mother Nature gives this art to only a few. As everybody could not be a painter or a cook, anybody could not be a teacher, whether he knows entire books. So it was necessary to choose the right person as a teacher. First of all, the Pradhanacharya told so to everyone, and then he asked for help from his former employer. Enjoying his retired life, the former king Balaba Kumara was surprised that he was asked for churning. He gladly accepted the responsibility. Balaba Kumara formed a churning council with the single purpose of finding natural teachers. When the former king started a campaign, many other aspirants gave their applications. The churning council tests everybody. They were not looking for a knowledgeable person. They were looking for only those to whom Mother Nature gave the Vardaan of being teachers. Thus many natural teachers were found by the churning council. All teachers who were found by the churning council were made acharyas of Uttarasadhaka Gurukul, and Uttarasadhaka Gurukul was started in the year 1205 with great aspirations. The first name among the new shishas was Savamanika. Grown-up Savamanika made great efforts again, but the Pradhanacharya did not allow him to study again. But I want to learn from you, Acharya. More than you I had dreamed of this Gurukul. Without learning from you, I will keep wandering like a living ghost. Savamanika insisted the Pradhanacharya. The Pradhanacharya calmed him and looked directly into Savamanika's eyes. Is it necessary that knowledge can be acquired only by becoming a shisha? The Pradhanacharya asked. Savamanika did not understand anything. Acharya Tejasraha told him that you are being made Acharya too. The Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri first taught his acharyas how to share their knowledge in the right way. He clarified that being knowledgeable and being an acharya are completely different things. Thereafter, he opened the doors of the Gurukul for the shishas. The Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri took charge of the Gurukul for about 60 years. People often say that when you are happy, then time runs very fast. The statement was so true for the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra. He lived his dream for 60 years as if he just blinked his eyes. For 60 years he distributed his truly earned knowledge. During that, he pulled thousands of poor from the swamp of poverty. He was able to do so just with the help of education. The education that was a privilege when he was born now become the right of each boy of Aryavarta. At the age of 105, the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra was full of positive energy. His hair started changing color, but his style was the same. He was still young in mind. Everything was going fine, and then one day he remembered an incident of his youth. When a kid asked the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra, "What was your first job?" Krishna Chandra was replying to the kid, and just then he remembered why he got his first job. It was the pedagogue of the king who advised his king that we should hire a new age acharya for a new age prince. That incident compelled the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra to introspect. When the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra felt that there was nothing new left for him to give to Uttarasadhaka Gurukul, he resigned and made Acharya Shivakesari the new Pradhanacharya of Uttarasadhaka Gurukul. 3 decades later, when Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri was near death, he said, Dipendra should be the next Pradhanacharya. Dipendra would be right to give a new direction to the Uttarasadhaka Gurukul. Dipendra was just a 5-year-old boy. Everyone was surprised at what he had seen in a 5-year-old boy. But Acharya Shivakesari accepted it as a command, not as advice. It is never necessary that what I say must be true. I have always said never to have superstitions. Check every fact and accept only when it seems right. Don't ever love a potential result before testing it. Seek the truth with an open mind. Those were the last words of Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri. After a few days, in the year 1301, that great Acharya left his great life of 141 years in his books. Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri's death was mourned almost all over Aryavarta. But according to him, the mourning did not last more than a day. So everyone started their work with a heavy conscience. The future Pradhanacharya of 5 years, Dipendra, was none other than the grandson of Acharya Savamanika. Dipendra proved Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri's prophecy to be true, and attained the highest education at the age of less than Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri. Momentarily after that, Dipendra started researching the merits and demerits of being Acharya. After 3 years of research and 4 years of practice as an Acharya, he appeared before the Pradhanacharya Shivakesari to prove his worth. Taking inspiration from the last words of the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri, the Pradhanacharya Shivakesari called all the scholars of Aryavarta and prepared an examination. That exam was declared the toughest exam of Aryavarta. The Pradhanacharya Shivakesari has done this wrong. It seems that fascination of the post grabbed his honesty. Nobody can ever pass this exam, a scholar said to his fellows. Yet no one dared to repeat it in front of the Pradhanacharya Shivakesari, because only he had the right to choose the next Pradhanacharya. Whom he will choose and how he will do it, it was all up to his wish. The Pradhanacharya Shivakesari was doing exactly what Acharya Krishna Chandra Shastri advised everybody. He did not believe without testing. Dipendra proved scholars wrong, and he proved right to the late Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri, who passed the never-to-be-passed examination on the same day. Dipendra became the Pradhanacharya at the age of 25. It was more than 50 years had passed since the Pradhanacharya Krishna Chandra Shastri passed away, yet his thinking was the foundation of Uttarasadhaka Gurukul. Even under the supervision of the Pradhanacharya Dipendra, the Gurukul was continuously progressing on logical principles. Even after many decades, money was not needed to get admission to Uttarasadhaka Gurukul. Whether it was a king or a beggar, everyone's sons used to get free education there. Over time, all the facilities also came in Gurukul. Due to that, the Shishas were getting a quality education while leading a good life. Donations were enough for necessities and facilities. Sometimes the donation was given by the happy parents of the children, sometimes by the happy old Shishas, and sometimes by the happy kings, happy zamindaras, and happy sahukaras. After Acharya Tejasraha, Gurukul never needed to ask for anything from anyone. Coincidentally, someone or the other would come to help. Education in Gurukul was given free and unconditional to boys of every caste and religion, but there was a prerequisite that had to be fulfilled. The same prerequisite that the Pradhanacharya Dipendra was asking for young children in the form of a question. Are you actually willing to study here? The Pradhanacharya Dipendra asked lovingly. On hearing the question, all 4 children turned around and wanted to look at their parents. No kids, no. Don't look at them. Ask yourself and give me the answer. The Pradhanacharya gave instructions. The children did not understand anything about this old man. They looked helplessly at him. Close your eyes and repeat my question in your mind. Ask yourself, do you want to study here from your will? The Pradhanacharya described them again. Understanding the condition of little kids, the Pradhanacharya said in a guiding manner. The children did the same. It was only a short time after little kids closed their eyes, a smile came on the faces of all 4. Seeing their innocent smile, the Pradhanacharya also smiled and said yes to their parents. Everyone's faces lit up with happiness. Gurudev, we have brought the grain of our fields if you have permission, so bring it inside. Jagdish's father asked. Of course, and thank you. The Pradhanacharya happily allowed. Gurudev, we brought clothes for all the residents of Gurukul. Please allow us. Rasik's father asked. Sure, thank you for the kindness. Forgive us, Gurudev, we have brought some gold. We know that Gurukul does not need money. But some things require money. Hope this money will be useful to Gurukul in some way or the other. Please accept it. Batuk's father said. The Pradhanacharya looked at him for a few moments. He was monitoring Batuk's father's body language. If the feeling is right, the stone also becomes valuable, thank you too. The Pradhanacharya gave his permission. Gurudev, we may not have brought anything special, but we have brought many things in little quantity as per our potential with the hope that all the children will get our love. Please give us a chance too. Dev's father prayed. We are grateful to you. Your love will surely bring relief to these children away from their respective parents. These efforts of all of you will bring happiness to the lives of our Gurukul residents. You are worthy of all praise. But don't bring this thought into your mind, and don't let anyone else think that you have paid this fee for your children's education. Uttarasadaka Gurukul's education was free, and will always be free. The Pradhanacharya said firmly. We are fully aware of this, Gurudev. Everyone said. The Pradhanacharya smiled, and gave his blessing to everyone. It is time for the meal, please all of you leave after the meal. The Pradhanacharya requested all parents. Everyone did the same, and went to eat. After the meal, everyone started bidding farewell to their children. Bullock carts were parked outside the main gate of the Uttarasadaka Gurukul. 3 young shishas were bringing the bags kept inside. They saw 4 babies who were bidding farewell to their families. Friends, remember this scene? One said, and all 3 started laughing. Not just this, I can visualize the next scene too. Another said. Leave the memories, guys. Take a look at your history. These 4 are going to repeat history. The third one said while enjoying the view. All 3 stopped there with their stuff on their shoulders and started looking at the children after being mesmerized. First of all, the mothers went out putting stones on their emotions. The children started following them, then the fathers stopped them by showing strictness. Momentarily, the father also left. The bullock carts were being disappeared gradually, and all 4 were seeing it. When the bullock carts disappeared all at once, all 4 cried out loud. When a loud sound came, all 4 realized that they were not alone in doing this. Now all 4 were weeping, looking at each other. Then slowly all 4 became silent after seeing each other. The eyes of the young shishas looking at them also became moist. I did not understand in my childhood, but today I understand. All 4 of them realized that they were not alone. So they stopped crying. Childhood is innocent. Saying so, the first shisha left. Accepting his words, the other 2 also left. Here all 4 came close and started wiping their tears looking at each other. Just then the Pradhanacharya Dipendra came there. Devendra, Batukeshwara, Jagdish and Rasikananda. Children. Welcome to Uttarasadaka Gurukul. The Pradhanacharya said, and immediately turned back. Dev followed him and all 3 followed Dev. Going ahead, another Acharya met them. Children, you all go with Acharya Dharmadhikari. He will arrange for your stay. The Pradhanacharya said. All 4 bowed down to Acharya Dharmadhikari and followed Acharya Dharmadhikari. While walking they would sometimes see each other, and sometimes the rest of the shishas. Some shishas were studying and some were learning. Some were giving speeches, and some were listening to acharyas. In the next class, a shisha was addressing everyone. In one class they saw Acharya with a basket of fruits. He was saying something about fruits. Everyone left. Rasik stayed there for a few moments, looking at the fruits and swallowing the water in his mouth. On going further, they also saw children of their age. They were also surprised to see the older children sitting in the same class. After the classes were over, the Chhatravas arrived. The arrangement for sleeping in the Chhatravas was on the ground, but the beds were excellent. Their belongings were lying in front of each bed, seeing which they understood that those were their beds. Shishas, you have come after a long journey, so take a rest today. You will get an invitation in the evening at evening snack time. Till then, stay here and get relief. Acharya Dharmadhikari said. Acharya Dharmadhikari left. After a few moments, Acharya Dharmadhikari came back again. You guys are not alone here, we are each other's family, so leave all worries. Acharya went away after explaining. The 4 looked at each other, shook their heads, and went to bed. In a few moments, everyone fell asleep.